What's up everyone? Welcome to the speedcube.co.nz YouTube channel. My name is Mike and today you are joining me for episode 7 of Cube Store News. The first Cube Store News of 2021. How exciting. We made it, everyone. Now, what is Cube Store News? It goes a little bit something like this. It's my opportunity as a Cube Store owner to talk to you and tell you about what's going on, what my plans are, what's coming in and all this kind of stuff, what's going on with my team. All of that stuff, just being a little bit more proactive, giving you all the information that I want to be out there so that you don't have to ask me for it, basically. So, the other main thing that happens in Cube Store News is we do a giveaway each time. One of my sad box cubes, when cubes arrive in New Zealand, they have been on a hell of a journey. So some of them take a knock. And I don't feel good about selling them. So I like to give those ones away as part of Cube Store News. So the one we're drawing for today is this, the Sad Box GAN RS. Look how sad. Poor wee thing. The cube inside, though, is absolutely fine. We did a draw 4 weeks ago now because I took an episode off for Christmas. It literally would have landed on Christmas Day. And I could not be arsed. So we're going to draw that right now. I'm going to jump into Gleam. Here we go. 972 entries for this one. We nearly got 1,000. Good grief. Okay, here we go. I'm going to draw a winner. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to click the button. Here we go. The winner of the Sad Box GAN RS is Raman Goswami. Raman Goswami from, I don't know how to say the place, but I know how to say the country, from India. So that's another one going out to India. Fantastic. Now, I'll just let you see it. So we all know it's all legit. There is Raman, entry number 201 from there in India. Congratulations, my friend. I will send you an email and we'll get that on its way to you. Now, we're going to do another giveaway for a Sad Box Cube in this episode as well. If you want to see what that is, then wait until the end of the video. Watch the whole thing, hang out with us, and yeah, we'll reveal that at the end of the video. So, let's move on, shall we? And first order of business is, psych, half of the people watching this just went to the end of the video. We're actually giving away a Meilong Pyraminx, a Meilong magnetic Pyraminx. It's got a very sad corner to it there. But that corner that was dented, there wasn't any puzzle in that corner. So the puzzle itself is absolutely fine. Lovely little Meilong magnetic Pyraminx. So that's the one that's getting given away this time. If you would like to win it, the link is in the description. Go and do all the things. One of those things is subscribing to my channel. I'd love you to subscribe if you can. More about that subscriber race later. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to start actually with big plans for 2021, kind of generally what I'm going to be doing this year. Then we'll talk about the retail store. We'll talk about new stuff that's in the retail, that's in the store online and in the retail store. We have a lot of competition news to talk about this time because literally a couple of hours ago today, as I'm recording this, a new year in Auckland, a SpeedCube competition just finished here in New Zealand. So I'm going to be taking you through some of the results from my team for that, and then we'll talk a little bit more about YouTube in general and what my plans are there. So let's do it. Let's start with a bit of some of the big things that are happening with the store in 2021. The first thing, of course, is the shop. The shop is open now at 56 London Street in Littleton, and we've had a whole bunch of people through already. It's great. We opened again on Thursday. We were open Thursday, Friday, and we were open today, Saturday as well. It's so awesome to have people coming in, getting their hands on the cubes and just like talking to people. Loads of beginners, loads of people getting back into cubing now as well. I had a kid the other day who was who'd been out the game for a couple of years, but he was looking to get into some of the new magnetic stuff. He took away an RS3M. And this kind of leads me on to the second massive thing that's happening this year, which is that I now have staff here at speedcube.co.nz. It's officially not just me on my own doing this nonsense anymore. You will have seen in the last video, I'm fairly sure I did it in the last video, Chris Mills from the UK is coming to work for me. He's going to be running the distribution. He's going to be my shipping guy for at least 3 months. He is currently here in New Zealand in quarantine in one of our managed isolation facilities. up in Auckland. Big shout out to all the people putting in the big mahi there and keeping us safe from the Rona, working in those facilities. But yeah, Chris is up there. He's just a couple of days into quarantine now, then he's away to visit some family. He's coming to work for me on January the 31st. I also have 3 members of staff working in my shop. Jasper Murray was the man today. He was on the floor manning the shop, working in speed cubing, which is pretty cool. It feels really good to be able to create these spots where people can work in speed cubing. Like, that's pretty cool. Jasper is not alone though. My other the other members of my Saturday team are Dwayne Ramos and Daniel Fraser as well. 3 hardcore Christchurch cubers are helping me out on Saturdays in the shop, which is really cool. It is an honor to have you guys working for me, to be able to give you this opportunity as well. And yeah, it's really big. Like, having staff is something that I didn't think I'd be doing this soon with the shop. So it's really cool, very exciting. Also, the shop is cool in that it presents me with a little opportunity to do cool stuff around events. I've got some plans for things happening in the shop. I don't want to give too much away just now because they're still in the process of planning, but I'm thinking of quite small events. The shop's not huge, but quite exclusive events for things like product launches, master classes, maybe complete beginner classes on various events. There's lots I want to do. There's too much pinging around in my head at the moment, to be honest, and I'm just working on pinning it all down and finalizing it. But anyway, that's a big thing as well. I've got really big YouTube goals this year, which you can probably guess what the main one is, but I'll talk about that later in the YouTube section. I'm also launching something new, a complete new thing separate from speedcube.co.nz, still speed cubing, clothing related, not in New Zealand. That's something I've been working on since last year. It's been about 6 months now, but I had to put it on hold because I got so busy over here. Now that Chris is coming over to help with my distribution stuff, I'm going to be able to launch that. So there's going to be more details coming about that in the next few months as well, in the next like 2 or 3 months. As well as that, look, there are some really dumb, boring changes going on in the background. My shipping system's going to change, for example. You may or may not notice this stuff, but hey, that stuff is happening as well. It is what it is. It's what running a little business is about. You've got to improve things as you go along, otherwise it doesn't work. So yeah, that's about it. Right, let's get into the actual usual sort of shape of CubeStore news. Let's start with the store. Like I said, it's open. People are shopping in it now. People are working in it now. It's exactly what I wanted. It's amazing to see people coming in and to be able to talk to them about cubes and cubing. What's missing from it is stock, quite frankly, at the moment, is cubes. I'm desperately trying to fill up both the online store and the retail store again because I just got rinsed over Christmas and then everything slows down over Christmas. But yeah, I'm slowly getting there. A bunch of boxes arrived. You'll have seen that the GAN Scube is now here. In the enhanced version, the GAN 11M Pro is back in frosted, but only like a third of my delivery showed up last week. So I've got another bunch of boxes coming on Monday, and there's a lot of cool stuff in that, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, more stuff is coming. Stock is coming back in. All those out of stocks are going to disappear on the website very soon. In the shop as well, I've got the premium cubes are now available to play with as well. Because the launch day was a bit of a free-for-all, I didn't want to have the really spendy cubes out, but it's now possible to play with things like the GAN Scube, the GAN 11, the GAN Pyraminx, the Worm 2020, the Volk Elite. Those are all available in the store to get your hands on now. You can literally come into the store and try a GAN 11. To be fair, you have to ask for those ones. They're behind the counter. They're like the, can I have a look at that kind of style? But they're there because that's what I wanted the store to be. I want people to be able to get their hands on things, and that's what it's doing. So that's about it for the store. I've told you about what I want to do with events and things. New products, I haven't been paying attention, I'll be quite honest with you. I don't know what's coming up next. I've been so focused on everything else. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the new stuff. So, like I mentioned, GAN Scube is here. I need to learn how to solve a Scube again so that I can do an unboxing video. I've got more new stuff coming on Monday, more stuff that's new to the store. I've got the 11M Pro Soft, which is going to be cool. The Gans Cube M, this is the enhanced. I've got the regular version coming on Monday as well. The X-Man Design Flare 2x2, the Diane Guhong V4. I'm quite interested to have a go with that, actually. The Diane Megaminx. I'm going to need to try and collaborate with Alex somehow to sort of review that, because I don't know what I'm doing with a Megaminx. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but he's definitely going to be getting one, so we'll work on that anyway. The RS3M 2020 is back in stock. The 11M Pro Frosted is back. MGC5 is back. GAN RS is back. GAN Pyraminx is back. And in Monday, when the rest of that stuff comes in, the GAN 356M will be back. The MGC 6 and 7, the Tengyun 2x2, Chi Clock, Classroom 6 and 7, YJ 6 and 7, Ariane's Cube, and a few budget Megaminxes as well. There's going to be a whole load of stuff back in stock. I'm going to be looking not right, but pretty good on Monday when all that stuff comes in. And that about wraps it up for like stuff news, really. Let's move on to, this one might take a minute, competition news. So we've just had a competition here in New Zealand, a new year in Auckland it was called, organised by our very own Liam Waddock. Big shout out to him for putting that together. The attendance, I'll be honest, really surprised me. Like, I thought when Liam first told me about it months back, he said it was going to be 8th and 9th of January, and I was like, oh man, that's so close to a lot of big stuff. I don't know about that, but he persevered with it. He was sure it was going to happen. To be fair, it's in Auckland, which is our most populated city. There's a lot of people there and a lot of cubers, and it was huge. It was over 100 competitors, which is incredible. It's more than we had for nationals just last month. So yeah, big up to Liam and the team who put that on. Big thanks to the delegates for doing that too. A lot of the Supreme team, my sponsor Cubers, were there smashing it. Let's start with the big one. If you follow me on YouTube already, then you have seen Alexander Vucic smashing a 30.32 Megaminx single. What? 30.32. That's the OCR. He beat Felix, which doesn't happen often. And it's also the WR5. It's the 5th fastest Megaminx single in the world. He also beat the NR average twice with a 38.93, then a 38.65, as well as ripping in Pyraminx and 2x2 as well. Massive congratulations, Alex, from all the team. What else happened? Liam, the organizer himself, took the NR clock average in round 1 with a 7.59. Then he beat it again in the final with a 7.47. Unfortunately, Alex Taylor was there, and he had ideas. Alex Taylor eventually took the NR on the day with a 7.3 in the final. Obviously, congrats to Alex. That's really cool. Bad luck to Liam. Liam was also so unlucky with the cut-offs. He took a couple of 13th places in a couple of events, which was obviously just one more than that top 12 cut-off. Dwayne, we all did a double take when Dwayne took the OCR Pyraminx single, 122. I'm sorry, what? Dwayne? What are you up to? OCR Pyraminx single. When that came through, I was with Jasper Murray in the shop. And obviously he's gutted that he didn't get to have a go at that scramble. By all accounts, it was a good scramble. If Jasper had his hands on that, that would have been devastating. But that's not to take away from Dwayne's OCR. That's amazing. And to be honest, they're such good friends. I don't think there's anyone else in the world that Jasper would rather have the OCR single than Dwayne. And of course, Dwayne smashed it in Scube as well. Square One, OH, all of his big events. Crushed them. Adrian took first place in 3x3, obviously. And apparently he's also a 2x2 god now, taking first place in 2x2. Sure, whatever, Adrian. Lucas got a 22.42 in 3 blind. He narrowly missed beating his own NR, but he's still got a PB mean and was generally solid across all of his events. Oh, Tim. Poor Tim's bad luck streak in 2x2 continued. He still managed a bunch of PBs in other events. And in fact, the whole team made it rain PBs. Go and look at their results on WCA Live if you're watching soon after this video came out. They're all still there. Just PBs everywhere, which is incredible because that progression, that kind of progression, just after we've had nationals last month, like everyone's still just on the up, which is awesome because that's what we want. So yeah, thank you and congratulations to the whole Supreme team, especially all the ones that were there in Auckland, of course. And of course, everyone else who took part. If it was your first competition, shout out to Joshua, Benjamin. It was your first competition. I know that for a fact. The first one's great. You just put down those benchmarks and then you go back and you smash them at the next one. Like I'm going to do at Wellington Mind Games, because back at Nationals that was my fourth competition, but it was the first time I did 4x4 and I sucked. I came 61 out of 62. So yeah, I've got my benchmark now to beat, 2 minutes 29 seconds at Wellington Mind Games. It's on the 6th of February. It's mostly blind and FMC for wizards and nerds, but for regular people, there's also 3x3, 4x4, 6x6, and Megaminx. I'll compete in 3 and 4. I don't think I'll get anywhere near the cutoff for Megaminx or 6x6. And let's see if I even have time to practice 4x4 before then. Who knows? Anyway, that's pretty much competition news. In YouTube news, okay, here's what's happening in YouTube news. So this year, with having staff, with having someone running distribution for me, I'm gonna up my YouTube game a little bit. I'm gonna take it a little bit more seriously, and I'm focusing on a particular set of video styles. I'm gonna be doing a lot of tutorials this year, both about rebuilding and solving a whole bunch of puzzles. I'm gonna be focusing on videos of the Supreme team because people want to see them solve. They don't want to see me solve. They don't want to see my trash. Product videos as well, unboxings, first impressions, things like that, especially if it's a GAN puzzle. Look, people want to see GAN, and that's what it is. And of course, I'll be continuing with Cube Store news and the Sadbox giveaways as well. We're not going to stop that because they have been really well received, and thank you all so much for watching them. I really appreciate it. So those vids that I've mentioned, they're the ones that do well for me. And I'm not going to lie to you, I respect you too much. I want to get monetized this year. I want to get paid to make YouTube videos. That has been a dream of mine for years, okay? I've been making content for a long time. I've never had anything behind it like the store to make it work and to give me the time and the space and the freedom to actually do it properly. So yeah, wish me luck with that. Check in again in about a year's time. The next goal, of course, is 1,000 followers because we broke 500 just before the end of New Year, which was really cool. That was what I was aiming for. And that about wraps it up. I've rattled through this one. Hopefully it's not too long. Don't forget to join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. Sign up for a newsletter. Subscribe, please, please, please. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, I know there's like at least half of you watching this that aren't subscribed. Just give it a click. I'd really appreciate it. It'll help me on that road to 1,000. All the links to everything I just said are in the description as well. Thank you. I'm done. It's late. I want to go to bed. I've still got to edit this. Peace. Be nice to each other. I'll see you soon.